strange things that were normal in ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt is renowned for its magnificent pyramids, intricate hieroglyphs, and fascinating mythology. It is also known for its seemingly peculiar customs, which compared to modern standards might appear strange. From mummification to sacrifices, the ancient Egyptians had a unique way of life that was both captivating and unsettling. In this video, we explore 10 bizarre practices that were common in ancient Egypt and shed light on the cultural significance of these traditions. Number 1. Mummification and the art of preserving the dead. In ancient Egypt, mummification was an essential process to prepare the deceased for the afterlife. It was a complex and time-consuming procedure performed by skilled embalmers, often priests or members of the elite class. While the act of preserving the dead might seem macabre by modern standards, it was deeply rooted in the religious beliefs and cultural traditions of the ancient Egyptians. The mummification process consisted of several intricate steps and could take up to 70 days to complete. First, the deceased's body was washed and purified. Then the brain was carefully removed through the nose using specialized hooks. Internal organs such as the liver, lungs, stomach, and intestines were extracted through an incision on the left side of the abdomen. These organs were either stored separately in canopic jars or wrapped in linen and returned to the body. Next, a natural salt called natron was used to dehydrate the body by drawing out all its moisture. The body was covered for approximately 40 days with a substance that effectively removed all moisture and prevented decomposition. Afterward, the corpse was carefully cleaned and coated with resin or oils to protect the skin. Finally, the body was wrapped in multiple layers of linen badges. Each layer was often secured with amulets placed between the wrappings to provide protection and guidance in the afterlife. The bandages were then sealed with a resin or gum-like substance to ensure that the body remained intact and well preserved for its journey to the afterlife. Number 2. Servants buried alive with their masters. One of the most horrifying practices in ancient Egypt was the ritual of burying servants alive alongside their masters. This ceremony was performed to ensure that the deceased would have a comfortable and well-supported afterlife. While this custom is not appealing by modern standards, understanding its ancient roots sheds light on the beliefs and values of the time. This form of human sacrifice was common during Egypt's early dynastic period, circa 3100 to 2600 BCE, but gradually declined as society evolved. It was primarily observed during the burials of pharaohs, nobles, and high-ranking officials, reflecting the belief that the afterlife mirrored one's earthly existence. The idea was that the deceased would require the same level of care and companionship in the afterlife as they had in life. As a result, loyal servants and in some cases, beloved pets were sacrificed to accompany the deceased on their journey and continue serving them in the next world. Archaeological evidence from graves of this period reveal multiple human skeletons, indicating the presence of sacrificial victims buried to fulfill this practice. The sacrificed servants were usually killed during poisoning or other non-violent methods to avoid visible damage to their bodies, as maintaining physical integrity was crucial for the afterlife. However, over time, the ancient Egyptians revised their interpretation of sacrificial practices. The ritual of burying live servants was eventually replaced with the burial of Ushapti statues, small figurines made of wood, stone, or faience. These statues were placed in tombs as substitutes for real servants. They were often inscribed with spells to ensure that they could magically assist the deceased in the afterlife, performing tasks and duties on their behalf. Number 3. Religious rituals and animal sacrifices. The society of ancient Egypt was renowned for its deep respect for animals, as they played a significant role in religious and cultural beliefs. Cults of sacred animals dedicated to specific creatures believed to embody the traits of particular gods or goddesses were widespread across Egypt. These cults honored animals ranging from large predators such as crocodiles and lions to smaller, more common creatures like cats and birds. While modern sensitivities might not fully grasp certain aspects of this practice, understanding its cultural and religious significance offers valuable insights into the beliefs of ancient Egyptians. Many of these cults were centered around temples dedicated to specific deities, where the animals associated with these gods were venerated and sometimes sacrificed as a part of religious rituals. Worshippers would bring gifts and perform ceremonies in honor of these animals, which were often regarded as manifestations or symbols of the gods. For example, the Apis bull associated with the god Ptah worshipped in Memphis was venerated, while crocodile gods were honored in the city of Crocodilopolis. Ritual sacrifices were a key component of the sacred animal cults in ancient Egypt. Animals were carefully selected and raised to be sacrificed to the gods. It was believed that this would appease the gods, who would protect the people and bring them prosperity. The animals were often adorned with precious jewels or other adornments, and they were treated with great reverence, undergoing ritual purification before being sacrificed. When an animal was sacrificed, its body was usually mummified and buried in a sacred cemetery. In some cases, large numbers of these mummified animals were buried in locations where their discovery indicates the scale and importance of these rituals in ancient Egyptian society. Number 4. The use of human body parts in medical practices. Ancient Egyptian medicine was an intriguing blend of scientific knowledge and religious beliefs. Healers and physicians of this era possessed significant knowledge and skills in treating ailments, which often involved complex rituals in the use of various medicinal substances. Among these substances were human body parts, a practice that might seem horrifying or disturbing to the modern world. However, to understand the cultural fabric of ancient Egyptian medicine, it is essential to explore the reasons behind such practices. Ancient Egyptian doctors believed that the human body possessed powerful healing properties. The use of body parts in medicine can be connected to the belief in compassionate magic, a concept prevalent in many ancient cultures. It was believed that the body parts of the deceased, especially those with specific traits or abilities in life, could transfer those qualities to the living when used as a medicinal treatment. Tissues, bones, and various human fluids were used in a wide range of remedies. For example, pieces of the skull or bone powder were thought to be effective in treating conditions like epilepsy. Human fat was used in making ointments and salves for treating wounds or skin disease. Mummies, considering a powerful source of healing energy, were ground into powder and used as an ingredient in medicines to treat a variety of ailments. Although today the use of human body parts in medicine may seem meaningless to us, the ancient Egyptians genuinely believed in their efficacy. At that time, their understanding of human anatomy and disease was limited, and they sought to treat ailments using the tools and knowledge they had at their disposal. If you enjoyed this video, like it and leave your comments below. Activate the channel notifications so you don't miss part 2.